So I'm Lindsay O'Neill. I'm the founder of SmallHinges.Health, which is a platform and a content channel for people who are looking to live happier, healthier lives, but don't want to completely change everything in their life in order to do so. So I believe that you just have to make a few small strategic hinge changes in your life to swing a big door of positive health and well-being in your life. So the couple of small hinge changes that I have for today are specific to being on lockdown during COVID. I honestly think that the anxiety levels of people that I've been working with and friends of mine and family members is so much higher because we just don't know what to do. We don't know, should we go and buy tons of fresh fruit and vegetables from the grocery store? And then what happens when it all goes bad? So I have a couple of recipes that you can make with shelf-stable items. And the recipes that you can make are also recipes that they include ingredients that you can freeze. You can buy pre-frozen ingredients and then just heat them up. But they're really super simple. They're really easy to make. I have 3 little girls at home, and so I don't have time with 2 full-time jobs and 3 little kids to be whipping up gourmet meals during lockdown. So we're just trying to keep it simple, keep it easy, and keep it really healthy, but also make sure it's delicious. So I don't know if you have your cocktail. I have my cocktail for the evening, so cheers. It is Thirsty Thursday. I'm actually drinking a non-alcoholic beverage called Kin Euphorics. I'll post the link so that you guys can check it out, but it's a non-alcoholic euphoria-inducing beverage. So it just makes you feel like relaxed and happy, and who needs that during this time? I do, for sure. So I'm gonna put my can over here and take a nice big swig. I encourage all of you to take a nice big swig of whatever beverage it is that you have that's going to get you into a place of feeling happy and focused and relaxed. Oh, that's good. I love this Kin Fizz. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to show you how to make is something that my husband actually makes all the time. It's a great snack for on the go. It's also great if you have a bunch of hungry kids. Instead of eating off of their plates with like the chicken nuggets and the hot dogs and the hamburgers and the other stuff, if you want something that's a little bit healthier and a little bit more adult, you can just make a rice cake avocado toast, or you can use hummus. I actually have an avocado here that is almost ripe, so I don't know if I'm going to show you the avocado version. I got this yesterday, and I tried to put it in with some citrus to get it to ripen up, but it's not quite there yet. It's still kind of hard. But I'm sure you guys have access to lots of great avocados down in Puerto Rico. So if you're making the avocado rice cake, what you'll want to do is cut the avocado, slice it, put it on top of your rice cake. And then my favorite thing to do is super simple. You just squeeze some lime on top and sprinkle it with salt and pepper. I do have a secret ingredient, and you may have heard of this or not, but it's called Tajin, Tajin. And it's a classic seasoning for Mexico. Typically they put it on fruit, but I love it on avocado. Absolutely love it on avocado. It just adds such a nice flavor. So that's all you really need for a good, healthy snack that is gluten-free, that is full of nutrients. You're getting your vitamin C from your lime. You're getting lots of omega vitamins from your avocado and good healthy fat, which we all need for good brain function, for good healthy digestion. And then you're getting those layers of flavor and texture with the crunch, the sour, sweet, and a little bit of heat. So that's what I would recommend for snack number 1, which is like an avocado rice cake. For the hummus version of it, I actually have just some plain old hummus because we're gonna zhuzh it up a little bit later. But you just take some hummus and you literally just slather it on the rice cake. You know, this is probably like 3 tablespoons or so of hummus. And then the cool thing about this is that you can layer anything you want on top of it. So you can put a handful of spinach if you have microgreens. I like to do it with tomato. So I'm just gonna slice, literally just a couple of slices, thin slices of tomato, because you don't want to have to struggle to eat it. There's nothing cute about getting food all over your face. So you just put a couple slices of tomato right there. And then my other secret ingredient, one of my favorite spices, and I hope you guys can get it. If not, maybe you can order it somehow, or let me know and I'll ship it to you. It's called Everything But the Bagel seasoning. And it's basically what you would dip an everything bagel in, which is essentially just a plain bagel. We put all the seasoning on top of it. But it goes so well with the hummus rice cake toast that we're making right now. And it especially goes really well with the tomato. And it looks so pretty, but it tastes so good. It's like onion and garlic and 2 different types of sesame seeds. Definitely want to check your teeth after you eat this. You can also squeeze a little bit of lemon on this if you like, a little bit of sour, and you need some acid to cut through some of the creaminess of the avocado and the umami flavors of the tomato. But this is a great snack. I would throw some microgreens on here and eat this for lunch. I would make 2 of them and be totally full, totally satisfied, and not feel like weighed down. You know that feeling after you get if you eat too big of a meal? This is the perfect snack for any time, and you can get creative with it. You know, put as much as you want. If you want to put hummus and avocado and tomato on it, go for it. If you want to make a BLT with some bacon, lettuce, and tomato and a little bit of hummus on top of a rice cake, have at it. Get creative, have fun. Healthy food does not have to be boring. So that's what I'll tell you. So I'm going to eat this after I show you the next recipe, because I am starving. Okay, so let me get this stuff out of the way. And the second thing I wanted to show you is a recipe I was making a lot during Lent season, because as you know, during Lent, you're not supposed to eat fish on Fridays, right? I mean, not supposed to eat meat on Fridays. And my kids don't really love fish. So instead of making them eat shrimp or salmon or something like that, my dog likes fish. I have a husky. Instead, what I would do is I have like bags of frozen veggies. You can either use, this is a mixed veggies bag. I have some frozen peas. And what I like to do is literally, they're still frozen. I can either take them out and chop them while they're frozen, or I can just throw them right in with some pasta. And it's super easy. So great, pasta is shelf stable. I even have a bag of dry pasta that you can use. I always try to get organic if I'm going to have anything that's gluten-based. Or if I'm not feeling super, super healthy and I want a little bit of extra, which my kids typically do, I have some ravioli. And you know what I just do? I just buy these like 5 bags at a time, because there's no limit to how much pasta you can buy. So I buy tons of this. I think you can get, it said you get 4 for $8.79. So 4 dinners for $9 is pretty good, with a couple of frozen vegetables, some onions, some garlic. But you really only need, for my kids, I take the frozen tortellini, I throw it in a pot of water, which I have heating up right here. And then once the pasta comes to a boil, especially tortellini, it actually just kind of like floats around and it becomes a little bit more, it becomes whiter. you know that it's done. And right before it's done, what I do is I throw in the peas so that they can get cooked up in the hot water. So that's pretty much all I do for my kids. For myself, I like to take it one step further. So for myself, this is actually pretty well cut already, but I'm just gonna cut up a little bit of onion. And I teach the kids in my cooking class all the time how to cut an onion like it's a rainbow. It actually helps your eyes not get too weepy either. But you basically cut it like this. So you cut the ends off, and then you cut it into rainbow slices. It's a super easy way to cut onion without making yourself cry. And then you cut the other way. So now that they're all little rainbows, you hold them together, see, like this, that's a rainbow. So I have 4 rainbows, and I'm gonna cut it up, and then it'll be a perfect dice on the onion. Okay, so all I'm gonna do with this is saute it with some garlic, and saute the onion with some garlic, some salt and pepper, and then once it starts to get translucent and a little bit browned, I'm going to throw the vegetables in, and I'm just going to saute the vegetables too. I mean, you can do this. You can do this in butter. You can do it in olive oil, and then after the veggies are all sauteed, you just throw in a jar of tomato sauce, and bam, you've got a whole meal out of your freezer, out of your pantry. Super easy, super delicious, and super healthy to make. So I'm gonna go ahead and start getting cooking. I want you to think of some questions for me, because I don't like to just talk to myself. I wanna hear from you. All right. Making the pasta, heating up the pan. Jenny, you got any questions?
My question, actually, you make it look super seamless. I'm trying to immerse myself for later tonight.
It is pretty easy. And you know, I try to keep my cooking down to like 10 to 20 minutes. If it gets any longer than that, then I just feel like exhausted and not happy. And you want to be happy. This is fun. It's creative. I mean, we don't have a lot of things right now to hang on to in terms of happiness.
No, of course. And by the way, you know that rice cakes are my go-to snack.
Oh, yeah, I do. Rice cake and sushi.
There you you got it. I wish I could be having sushi right now, so I'll take rice cakes as my next best thing.
Exactly. Actually, once you can eat sushi again, spicy tuna on a rice cake with a thinly sliced tomato and maybe a little bit of red onion. Oh my God, so good.
I think you're gonna make me cry right now, Lindsay.
I know. Well, at least you live near the water-ish, right?
Correct. But I still have about maybe 3 more weeks, maybe plus. You never know.
Go to your fishmonger and get some good high quality fish.
I will. But it looks awesome. Thank you.
Thanks. No problem. So I'm gonna, I have the onions are sweating. They're sweating to the oldies over here. And you saw I just threw some salt in there. This helps them cook better. I don't know why, but it brings out the flavor in the onion. I love onions and garlic. The smell of it permeates my entire house. I don't care if my hair smells like it, my clothes smell like it. I just love the smell of onions and garlic cooking. It's such a good base for so many different types of food. And also, I'm super, super lazy. So look what I did. I ordered peeled garlic. Some of these garlic cloves are like larger than my head or my brain. So the easiest way I find to chop garlic is you got to pound it first, right? So look, I smashed it. And now it's super easy to just cut it up. You don't want a big piece of garlic in your mouth when you're eating. Yeah, sounds terrible. So I'm going to get the garlic in the pan, and then as soon as the garlic hits the pan, it is time to put the pasta in the water, because it's going to take about the same amount of time for the garlic and the onion and the veggies to cook up as the pasta is to boil. Also, you don't want to burn garlic. It gets really super bitter, so try not to do that. So I'm going to get the garlic. I got the garlic in the pan. Now I'm going to get the pasta in the water, and then I'm going to throw the veggies in the pan. And the veggies are totally frozen, but they'll be great. It's almost like a pasta primavera. It's super easy and super delicious. So any votes? Should I do tortellini or should I do regular pasta? I think I'm going to do regular pasta, unless looks like everybody wants me to do regular pasta. I'm going to do regular pasta. Because it's easy. It's shelf stable. You don't have to worry about it. You can jam it all into a cabinet. I have it in my husband's office. A quick tip about cooking pasta out of a box or a bag. You want to add a little bit of olive oil to the water. And when it comes to a boil, you want to give it a quick stir. This will help keep the pasta from sticking to each other. You don't want big globs of pasta. This is supposed to be easy, simple. So I'm going to add the frozen veggies right into the onion and garlic. And those frozen veggies are going to be unfrozen in like a minute, maybe less. So here you can see the onion and the garlic already cooking. Now some options for you. Here's a couple of options. You can add in butter. You can add in more olive oil. You can add in Italian seasoning, which is what I'm going to do. You can add in red pepper, which is what I'm also going to do after I finish cooking it, because I love spicy food. Where's my Italian seasoning? Here it is. Ooh, I gotta order more. Running out. So I've got some Italian seasoning. It's usually basil. There's basil, there's rosemary, there's thyme, there's oregano, and there's parsley. All in Italian seasoning. You can just add oregano if that's all you got. I actually have a huge container of oregano. So when I run out of my Italian seasoning, I usually just refill the bottle with like a little bit of everything. So I'm going to add it in now because these veggies are already starting to cook. And then I'm going to decide if I want to do just butter or if I want to do sauce. Tonight, I'm feeling kind of in a saucy mood. So I'm going to put some sauce in here. You see that? So easy. So easy. I gotta bang this on the floor. I'll be right back. Here we go. Oh, this is just organic tomato basil sauce. I think it was like $3. It was super cheap, super easy. So the pasta was like $3, $4. The sauce was like $3. The veggies were probably around $3. So you're making a whole meal. This will probably feed 4 adults, or 2 adults and 2 kids, or 2 adults and 3 kids, depending on how old your kids are and how much they eat, or depending on how big the adults are and how much they eat. But it's super easy to make. All right, so my pasta is starting to cook, so I'm going to give it a little stir. And my sauce is warming up. So easy, right? I'm going to hang on to this because my kids are going to be like, I want pasta too. So I'm going to do tortellini and peas for the kids after I'm done cooking this for myself and my husband. And we have a live-in nanny, so it's good to make enough for, I think this pasta will probably be at least enough for 3 people, and maybe we'll have a little bit left over for tomorrow. I think it's a good time, while the sauce is simmering and the pasta is boiling, to take another delicious sip of your beverage. That is really good. I'm kind of bummed that the avocado wasn't ripe enough to show you how to make that, but next time, I promise. And if you send me any questions, you can email me. You can go on my website at SmallHinges.Health. My email is just Lindsay@LindsayO'Neill.com. It's pretty easy. If you know how to spell Lindsay, you know how to spell O'Neill. So Lindsay is Lindsay, and O'Neill is Oneill. There's no apostrophe in an email address, as an FYI. We had to tell the school that because they screwed up my daughter's email address. So we're just gonna keep giving this sauce and I stir. I'm gonna show it to you again in a second. It really smells so good in my house right now. Everybody's gonna come in from outside and be like, Mommy, what'd you make? They're all playing in the backyard. It's a beautiful day up here. If you're gonna live in quarantine, living in the suburbs, I feel so grateful having a backyard. You know, my sister living in an apartment in New York City, it's tough. Can't go outside, can't get fresh air. All of the governor and the mayor and everybody are telling you to stay inside, which I think is totally stupid. I think we should all be getting out, getting exercise, moving more, being happy, getting that vitamin D from the sunshine. So important. I think maybe I have a question. I'm gonna go check. I'm gonna get up close and personal with you guys for a second. Hi, these are my nostrils. We want your kitchen. You can come anytime. As soon as this whole thing is over, I want everybody to come to my house. All right. So I'm gonna grab my colander so that I can drain my pasta and then I can toss it with this awesome sauce that we've made. And one great thing about cooking out of your freezer in your pantry is that you can actually find healthy stuff. A lot of people, like I have a friend, this is not a fun story, but she was texting a group of us yesterday, and her dinner, because she didn't really have anything prepared or like ready to go in her pantry or her freezer, she didn't have frozen veggies, she didn't have any pasta, she doesn't have any pasta sauce. She had Doritos and a beer. for dinner last night. So that it's a good way to make sure that you have enough food for your family, for yourself, is just to like fill up your pantry, fill up your freezer. It's okay if it's not super fresh and straight from the farm stand. You're still getting a lot of nutrition, and a lot of the things that are frozen are flash frozen, especially the organic vegetables. And the organic vegetables are the ones I'm using in the sauce. They're flash frozen, so a lot of those nutrients are actually locked in to the veggies anyway. So I've got carrots, I've got broccoli, and cauliflower in my sauce. I could also add, I could add some peas. Why not? I'm gonna add some peas. And look, I just added frozen peas into a cooked sauce, and it's gonna take 40 seconds to warm up. Mama said eat your peas, so I'm eating my peas, Mama. And then I'm just gonna keep stirring the pasta until it's done. It's almost done. And then in a minute or two, we're going to say goodbye. I'm gonna drain my pasta. I'm gonna show you the final product. I would love to hear from you. I hope that you've enjoyed this live stream with me. I'm Lindsay O'Neill from SmallHinges.Health, and I am all about just making quick, small, easy changes in your life, in your health, in your diet, in your lifestyle that make a big positive impact on your overall wellness and well-being. And it also makes you happier. There is a lot of research, I will tell you real quick while I'm almost done cooking this pasta, that shows that happiness does not come from your brain. It comes from your gut. It doesn't even come from your heart. It comes from your gut. There are more serotonin receptors in your gut than there are in your brain. About 10% are in your brain, 90% are in your gut. So if your gut is all gunked up, if you're putting like tons of junk food and crap into your diet, then guess what? You cannot actually be happy. It's one of the reasons why we get happy when we eat ice cream, right? All those serotonin receptors are like, yay, thank you, thank you, thank you. But if we eat too much ice cream, guess what? They get numb and blocked from actually receiving any of those happy messages. And so we just can't be happy if our gut is gunked up. Pasta is almost done. And you know how I can tell? It's a tightly wound pasta. I forget the name of this pasta. Let me see what it is. Authentic Italian style. That's not helpful. What's it called? Gemelli? Gemelli? It's 100% durum wheat semolina. All organic, made in Italy. Yeah. So, I mean, listen, it's a tightly wound pasta. It says to cook for 9 minutes. Please take your time and have a drink. It didn't say that, but I'm adding that in. Have a drink. So we're almost done. My kids are going to come in any second. I'm going to drain up the pasta. I'm going to toss it with some sauce. I'm going to show it to you, and then I'm going to go eat. I'm going to eat my rice cake first. I'm going to feed my family, and then go to bed early tonight, because sleep is what heals us, honestly. And this, eating healthy and eating clean, allows you to sleep better. It does. And eating early. So I know typically, I never ate before 8 o'clock, and now it's 5:30 Eastern time. I would never eat at 5:30, but now I found myself during lockdown, I eat at 6:30, and it's great. I go for a walk with the dog before I go to bed. I turn off my devices by 9 o'clock, and I get in bed. I read a book. I listen to music. I do a meditation, and I've been sleeping so much better than when I'm like working and doing all this stuff and going out for dinners and drinking, and it's too much. All right, so I think my pasta is almost done. Oh yeah, that's done. It's ready. Those tightly wound spirals are growing and becoming bigger. All right, let me show you so you can see what I mean. See, oh, spill it on my floor. All right, let me drain this. And then I'm literally just gonna put the pasta right into the sauce. How easy was that? I got to talk to you, I got to hang out with you, and that took probably 15 minutes altogether. You've got some garlic and onion in there, some Italian seasoning, salt, pepper, peas, carrots, broccoli. So good. Let me make a quick bowl. I will show you and I will sign off. Okay. Okay. So today we made our rice cake snacks. We did it with hummus and tomato and a little bit of everything but the bagel seasoning, which I'm going to enjoy in a second. And then look at it, it's piping hot. How good does that look? Put a little Parmesan on there. You can actually freeze Parmesan and you can freeze butter. Did you know that? And you can freeze other cheese too. So if you have shredded cheese, freeze it. You can freeze everything. Just freeze it all. Make sure that it's, you know, airtight if you can. And if you can't, eat it quickly. But here, we've got a nice healthy dish that we whipped up 10, 15 minutes. It'll feed everybody in my house, which will be great. And that is that. So thank you, Jen. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate all of you. I send you lots of love. Please stay safe, stay sane. If you do go outside, wear a mask, wear your gloves, and bulk up on some foods that you can put in your pantry, that you can put in your freezer, and don't stress about it. Drink your wine, take your time, practice your mindfulness, and go to SmallHinges.Health if you want additional tips like this. I also do a daily live stream during the week on weekdays. I sometimes do it at night in the evenings if I'm drinking. And if I'm not, I do it in the morning around 9:30, sometimes 10. It all depends on when I have business calls and that kind of thing. But I would love to see you there. I would love for you to catch up with me on social media. My handle is at Lindsay O'Neill. So it's LINDZONEILL. And you can see my website at SmallHinges.Health. You can contact me at my email address, Lindsay@LindsayO'Neill. And I would love to do more of these with you guys anytime you want me to. You're always welcome into my home and into my kitchen. I'm wishing you lots of love. Talk to you soon.
Thank you.